Dentists aren't qualified? How dare you? You're a traitor to orthodontists. Stop bashing Invisalign. This woman is ruining the dental industry. Yep, they all hate me. Dentists, orthodontists, Invisalign, and of course, the insurance companies. And honestly, that's exactly why I'm making this video. Because if everyone's mad at you, it usually means you hit the truth. So today, I'm gonna respond to these comments one by one, explain why people are so angry, and show you how we can actually fix the system. Hi, I'm Dr. Ingie, a Harvard-trained orthodontist and founder of Two Front. So you're saying general dentists aren't good enough? Another comment said, this is not true. Many general dentists have extensive training on Invisalign concepts. Okay, let's talk about this. Dentists are amazing. They're the trusted first line of care. They see patients every 6 months. They handle your cavities, your crowns, your root canals, oral cancer screenings. They are essential. But aligners? That's not just plastic trays. It's biomechanics. It's bone biology. It's engineering. And you're right, someone can take night and weekend courses, treat hundreds of Invisalign cases as a general dentist, and probably become really good at it. But what you're referring to is the outliers. With 65% of general dentists in the United States who are Invisalign providers as a silver level, that means that you're doing less than 7 cases a year. Imagine going to a plastic surgeon who took a night and weekend course and they had the best scalpel on the market, and they said, they can now give you a beautiful facelift. Would you want to trust them? Or would you want to trust the person who's done thousands of facelifts? And the reality is that if you do take those night and weekend courses and you start doing clear aligner therapy with Invisalign, the problem is because you're not that expert, you're going to have endless refinements. I recently heard from an insider at Invisalign that the average dentist has 2.6 refinements. That's over 10 hours of chair time, typically closer to 15 to 20. And the problem is, if you're not doing a lot of cases, you're not actually tracking this. So at the end of the day, you're doing this to help your patients. They're unhappy about their results, and you're also doing this to make money. And the problem is, you're not taking into account your time. So you're putting in all this time to get your patients the results that you promised, and all that time is eating up into your profitability. So it's not making sense for your patients or for your profit. So when I say aligners don't always work in the wrong hands, what dentists hear is, you're not good enough. But what I really mean is, they shouldn't have to do it all alone. The fix is collaboration, but it can't just be with any orthodontist. Most are braces specialists. To make aligners truly work, you need a top orthodontist who lives and breathes aligner cases. The permutations of ClinChecks and learning what order to move teeth in, what attachments go on what teeth, what size, what shape, and where on the tooth they go, this is what will make those ClinChecks predictable, as long as patients wear their aligners. Your orthodontist who specializes in aligners will handle the complex movement behind the scenes. Dentists keep patients happy in-house, and everybody wins. Here's another comment. I'm sorry, but I just want to clarify. Are you saying unless a dentist is an orthodontist specialist, they won't understand how to move tooth roots using Invisalign like an actual orthodontist? Just clarify this for me, as the vast majority of Invisalign cases are done by general dentists without any issues at all. And I hear this person loud and clear, because the reality is you don't know what you don't know. If you watch a ballerina in a performance, but you've never taken a ballet course, you don't know how complex it is, and you can't appreciate what it takes to look like that on stage. And listen, working with an orthodontist doesn't hurt your practice. It can actually give you more trust with your patient. Similar to how a doctor recommends a specialist, you can do the same thing and still profit. But here's what most dentists ask me. How do I know that I'm getting an orthodontist who's really good at Invisalign? So here's what really matters in an orthodontist who's doing Invisalign cases. Training. Orthodontists start with 6,000 hours in tooth movement. That's the foundation. Then, case variety. Had they treated all types of malocclusion cases with aligners? Overbites, underbites, crowding, spacing, open bites, cross bites? You want to see before and after results across the spectrum, not just the easy ones. Next is treatment time. Did they get results in 6 to 12 months, 12 to 18 months, or did it drag on for 5 years? Like plastic surgery, results have to look good and also be efficient. Refinement rates. How many extra refinements did it take? A skilled orthodontist who specializes in Invisalign plans so precisely that refinements are few and far between. Now, sometimes orthodontists use refinements strategically when they're collaborating virtually with a dentist through two-front, because if a patient has a ton of crowding, they'll round trip and then they'll do that IPR at the next refinement to save you on chair time. That's the difference between an Invisalign provider and a true aligner expert. And when dentists partner with orthodontists like that, patients finally get the outcomes that they were promised. You're selling out to the profession, traitor. That's one hate comment. Not only were there more, the largest orthodontic Facebook group actually kicked me out of their group. But why are they mad? Here's why orthodontists feel this way. After dental school, they trained for 3 extra years in biomechanics, bone biology, and complex tooth movement. For decades, braces and aligners were exclusively in their lane. Then Invisalign said, hey dentists, you can do this too. And suddenly, orthodontists felt their specialty was being devalued. Now, add two-front into the mix, a model that helps dentists partner with orthodontists. And some orthodontists panic. You're helping dentists steal our patients. But here's what they miss. Collaboration doesn't shrink orthodontics. It multiplies it. Instead of waiting for referrals that might never come, orthodontists can work virtually with dental practices everywhere. More cases, more reach, more impact. It's not betrayal. It's scaling the profession in a smarter way. Recently, Invisalign got mad at me when I went on a podcast to speak about the limitations of the tool. The person who texted me told me that one of the biggest sales reps in the country said that his whole sales team of hundreds of sales reps would stop talking to dentists about my company two-front if I kept posting content like this. All right, so let's clear this up once and for all. Invisalign does work. It's the gold standard in aligners. Patients literally ask for it by name. But a tool is only as good as the person using it. A scalpel saves lives in a surgeon's hands, but you wouldn't give it to someone after a weekend course. Same with aligners. Here's why Invisalign gets nervous. I've said publicly that 86% of providers aren't trained to handle complex cases. And when patients end up with bad outcomes, they don't say, my dentist messed up. They say, Invisalign doesn't work. That's not good PR. But here's the irony. Collaboration actually helps Invisalign. When orthodontists plan and dentists deliver, outcomes improve, patients are happier, and Invisalign's brand grows stronger. So no, Invisalign isn't the villain. They're part of the solution when used in the right ecosystem. So, am I ruining the dental industry? No. Here's the thing. This isn't about ruining dentistry. This is about fear. Dentists fear losing credibility. Orthodontists fear losing patients, status, and the respect of their community. Invisalign fears losing their shine. Insurance fears losing their illusion. But the game isn't checkers. It's 3D chess. Every move one player makes affects the other two. And while everyone's pointing fingers, patients are stuck in the middle, paying way too much, waiting too long, and not knowing who to trust. It's like, who moved my cheese? Everyone's waiting for the old cheese, the old business models, the old power structures. But the cheese has moved. The only question is, who's willing to adapt? Right now, the dental industry is mad at me. Dentists think I'm insulting them. Orthodontists think I'm betraying them. Invisalign thinks I'm exposing them. And insurance, they've been mad since 1954. But But here's the bigger picture. This is why I created Two Front, because we can create a system where everyone wins. It's not dentist versus orthodontist or dentist versus Invisalign. Ultimately, when we think about how do we do what's best for the patient, we can do that. We just need a different system, and that's Two Front. And if making a few people mad is what it takes to get there, maybe it's exactly what we need.